It's time to prepare for Easter or just practice icing basic skills. This free cookie decorating tutorial will show you how to make outline and flat cookie. Make simple wet-on-wet effects. Use icing transfer sheets. Also, you will learn how to make pretty lace borders, add fine details as mini bows, paint simple cute snouts, and fix icing flowers. This easy method will make your cookies look amazing. For this cookie set I took 6 basic colors. For a pastel color, add food color gel on the tip of a toothpick. Put printed transfer sheets inside plastic sleeve along with 5 or 7 sheets of papers to ensure it will set flat. Spread 1-2 oil drops on the surface. It will help to peel out templates. If you use baking paper, it's not necessary to oil baking paper surface. Press a napkin to remove oil excess. Make the outline and immediately flood it with the same beige icing of flat consistency. Flood from right to left without skipping. Use a scribe tool or a toothpick to smooth and shape icing. Pop the bubbles in the center if there are any. It is a general technique for different shapes and sizes. Use a dry brush to correct the icing shape. Brushes are a great multi-use tool. I use them regularly for shaping and cleaning the details. Make outline. Because the icing is thick, I shake a little bit the tip to smooth the icing. Put the tip through the icing, reaching the surface of the baking paper. Squeeze out the icing and the dough will rise from above. Use a toothpick to smooth the pimple. When bunnies are completely dry, take out the paper sheets of the plastic sleeve. You will find it's really easy to peel off the royal icing transfers from the plastic sleeve. If you have difficulties when removing the icing templates, it means it's not fully dry. Take a baking paper and push it between the icing and the plastic sleeve. Turn it upside down. The back is bumpy and wet. Leave it to dry completely for 2-3 hours or use immediately for decorating cookies. Let's compare. The first bunny was peeled out early and has a bumpy back. The second one has a flat and smooth surface, but you can use any of them. Always make extra bunnies. They are quite fragile and break easily. Pipe outline with white stiff icing. Touch the cookie with the tip. Begin to squeeze the back and move the hand smoothly. Flat from side to side, don't skip, leave space before the outline. That is to make sure that the icing doesn't go over the outline. Use a scribe tool to blend the outline with the flooding, but don't touch the center of your icing, if only to pop the bubbles. Lightly tap the cookie on the table to smooth the icing. Immediately after that, place dots with the white icing of flat consistency on the top of the flooding. The main secret is that all colors must have equal density. Use this approach to flood any cookie shapes. Make white outline and flat inner space as I have shown before. Put groups of 3 dots along the circle. Use a scribe tool or a toothpick, make rounds on the surface. Start with any dot, making circular motion, keeping it outside. Work quickly before the icing crusts over. Add dots between roses. Put the tool tip under the dot and move it upward through the dot. Like that, you will get a pointed leaf. Before the icing crusts over, add white dots along the heart curve. Firstly, check the size of the icing template. Be sure that it is smaller than the cookie perimeter and there is a 1-2 cm gap between the template and outline. Immediately after flooding, put the bunny in the center of the cookie on the wet icing and let's dry completely. Now, take a cookie with a dry icing. Choose a template that fits. Squeeze stiff icing on the back of the template, put it on the cookie and press slightly. Please don't press the heart. Bunny is fragile and can break on the cookie. If you find a gap, put the tip of the bag and squeeze stiff icing to fill up the gap. This will keep your decor from the brittleness. Touch the cookie with the tip. Begin to squeeze the bag and move the hand smoothly. Pay attention. Lift piping tip up. Let the outline slack to create a smooth curve. Start a new arc in the center of the previous one. Squeeze tiny drops in the two arcs interaction. Try to keep the same width of all arcs. Pipe a drop, stop squeezing and smooth it perpendicular to the flooding outline. Add tiny eyelet on the top of each arc. Pipe a big dot on the borderline. Stop squeezing and smooth it along the outline. Go back a little bit and pipe the next dot in the center of the tail. Pipe tiny dots on the same distance from each other. I recommend to leave a gap between nearby dots equal to its width. We already have a pretty border, but if you continue to add the second and the third dot lines in different order, you will get amazing patterns. There are 2 examples for you. Cut a piece of ribbon. Wrap the ribbon around the fork, so that the left end is on the top. Put the left end under the bowl. Lift from the back and put it back between the central teeth of the fork. Tie a knot. Squeeze stiff icing dot on both sides of the center on the back of the bowl. Turn it over and press to the cookie. Take black edible pen. This one has a wide and thin rods. I use thin part for eyes and mouth. Use pink flat icing to pipe a triangle nose. You can draw different emotions and snout expressions. The nose can be also drawn by the edible pen. I use white rod to color more quickly. Water down pink food color gel on a palette. Take a round brush. Draw cheeks and ears shape. Don't add too much water. It destroys icing. It's better to test stroke on paper first and leave water excess there. First, determine where you will fix icing flowers. Use stiff icing to glue them. I often use tongs to hold or set such small details. Set flowers as a wreath or alone at the ear or on the neck. Use pen to make a draft by hand. write letters one by one. Rotate cookie and lift the hand after each letter. To make a smooth curve, lift piping tip.